Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Tuesday, June 6th, 2017, and today in our Tech News Update we have the Surface phone once again coming into light, apparently because of some Chinese leaks. There's rumors of, once again, a Microsoft Surface phone coming back eventually. It's kind of a reboot of the phone side of Microsoft. Interesting ideas coming up. First of all, it would be running, of course, a real Windows 10 operating system. So, of course, Windows 10 on ARM. But might offer all sorts of interesting thingies, including apparently somebody would have spotted a version that has a projector that actually turns your Surface phone into a desktop by projecting the screen on any surface that is, of course, white or good enough to display. And that would mean no docks, nothing needed if you want to turn your phone into a computer, basically. So interesting ideas in here. Let's hope and see what's going to come with all of that soon, as we have absolutely no idea when this could happen. Apple's WWDC event kicked off yesterday. Of course, it's underway right now, and there's all sorts of announcements that are promised. Yesterday, of course, there was the Apple keynote that showed us a refresh of MacBooks, MacBook Pros with Kaby Lake Intel CPUs, a new iMac Pro that is a powerful beast, a HomePod, which was the Siri speaker that we all wanted or waited for. HomePod is that speaker that, of course, answers to your command, makes, of course, play your music and everything. Amazon Prime coming to Apple TV. These are pretty much some of the most important announcements yesterday. There will be, of course, announcements every day of the WWDC conference. So we possibly will have a roundup today and tomorrow if interesting things happen. And of course, we'll keep following what's happening with that. Well, it seems that 9 months after the release of iOS 10, well, iOS 10 is on 86% of Apple devices, iPads, iPhones, and iPod Touches, basically. And as we, talk about the fact that this fall iOS 11 will appear, and so it shows you how really, really good the Apple update system works. And talking of a not very good update system, well, we also have numbers for Android, and so very interesting here. If we take Android Nougat, the latest version, 7 and 7.1 together, it's now on 9.1% of devices. Now the problem is, if you look at 7.1, which actually has updates and security fixes, it's only 0.6%, which is very, very low. But nonetheless, 9.1% slowly, Nougat is slowly getting there, Of course, if you look at older versions, Marshmallow version 6 is on 31.2% of devices. And Lollipop version 5 and 5.1 is on 30.8% of devices, and KitKat 4.4 still on 18% of devices. But what's interesting to see is that Marshmallow, Lollipop, and KitKat did lose market share slightly, so it's gaining for Nougat, as we already are talking about the next version of the Google Android operating system. Interesting, and we can see that it's not at all the same type of update that we're getting here. And well, Kaspersky is mad at Microsoft, and they have filed in Europe an antitrust case against Microsoft. They say that Microsoft intentionally disables its security software and that it's a problem. Now, of course, Microsoft replied to that, well, we don't remove or disable security software for just the fun of it. If it did happen, it's because it was incompatible with an update that we had to push. So we'll see who wins and if Microsoft's saying the truth here. I do have a lot of people that say that after certain updates, their antivirus was disabled. So, but Microsoft does say, well, it's just because it's incompatible. We're waiting for an update from that firm. And Microsoft does say that they communicate with these companies saying, look, your operating system, your antivirus will not be compatible with what we, of course, are doing in the updates. In other news, more and more people are falling for something like this, and be very, very, very careful because this is scareware. It's not even ransomware. People think that their iPhones or iPads are suddenly, taken hostage by ransomware. Thing is, if you just press the home button, you can actually, just remove this and start fresh. It's just that it tries to pretend that your phone has been hijacked and files have been encrypted, but it is not at all a problem. It just pretends to because it cannot do that on an iPhone. So if you see this or see someone that has this and says, oh my God, ransomware on my phone, it's just a scare. Not true. And talking of ransomware, a security firm says that Android needs to be and have better updating. If Google wants to keep its security, they say that the fact that there's too many devices out there with old Android operating systems actually makes the whole ecosystem of Android unsafe. So they say that there needs to be a future with better updating and devices also that will update even though they are cheap devices. It would be important to do so. And finally, if you're thinking that is technology helping us stay safe, where a report came out and says that, for example, in the United States, as more and more airports and places have face recognition technology, they say that more and more bad guys are being arrested because the computers recognize them as bad guys that are actually dangerous. So, you know what? Face recognition technology might actually help us stay safe in the future. Of course, there will surely be somebody somewhere that will think of some way to, put some makeup or something that can fool these devices. But still, it helps us see that technology can be used for us to stay safe. And this was the Tech News Update for Tuesday, June the 6th, 2017. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Today's live show day, we will have our tech show at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1900 hours UTC. And our Windows Insider Hour at 6 p.m. Eastern, 2200 hours UTC today. So hope you can join us for these live shows. And thank you so much for following us on this channel.